Hola amigos, bien o no, saludos desde Medellín. Hoy el tema es para buscar con nuestra ideal ritmo y tiempo de hablar, para mejorar nuestra habilidad para expresar nuestros pensamientos en un voz muy claro. Ese es el tema de hoy. So, hello again from Medellin. Today we're going to talk about how to find our ideal rhythm and pace of speech, the timing of our speech, and how that's going to help us speak in a nice, clear and easily understandable voice. How do we do that? Because some people, it's true, do speak very fast. It's just the way they are. What they got used to, and in some situations, often for lots of us, our speed of speech may change, particularly perhaps when we're talking to our friends or our family, we're more relaxed, perhaps we speak a bit quicker with them. But for instance, when I'm making these videos, I'm trying to think carefully that, I want to make sure that all of you can clearly understand what I'm saying. So I'm trying to think about speaking in a more, let's say, a more neutral sort of tone, what we perhaps might call a radio voice, something that's easy to understand. How do I find out where that voice is for me? Well, really a lot of reading aloud. Lots and lots and lots of reading aloud. Because by reading aloud, you get to use the words that are printed for you to read. That becomes the test, if you like, to see what pace you need to read at to be able to say those words clearly with expression. Because there's a point, particularly when you're learning a new language, for instance, when you can say the words okay, and you probably could say the words fairly quickly and still say all the words that were written on the page. But if you give this a go yourself and test this, you should notice that with speaking fast, the thing we tend to lose is our ability to use an expressive voice. We're not able to modulate the voice. We're not able to move the voice so we can stress some words, put less stress on others, bring more emotion into our voice. And what we're in danger of doing, if we don't modulate the voice well, is we'll end up sounding like a robot. So you can say all the words very quickly, perhaps, but if you're not careful with the way you modulate the voice, if you don't put some expression into it, you will sound like a robot. Which is not what we want. Of course, we want nice expressive voices that are clear and easy to understand. Now the reason I recommend reading aloud is, the first place, you don't need to think of what to say. You just need to read what's written down. And you can use anything for this. It doesn't have to be any special text, anything you like. Even the back of the cereal packets, which have all those things about recipes and ingredients, you can read that if you like. Anything at all will do. But the trick is, can you read it with a nice, clear, expressive voice? Once you find a point when, yes, you can read almost anything you pick up in that nice, expressive voice, you will start to understand what is your natural, easy tempo of voice, your rhythm of speech. It's that tempo that you can use, if you like, as your radio voice or your microphone voice, where anything you say is easy to understand. So have a practice of that. What we're looking for is a tempo of speech which leaves you enough space within that tempo to modulate your voice. So you can stress particular words, less stress on others, add expression, add pauses. When you can manage that, that's your tempo of voice that's ideal for you. It will vary a bit for each of us because our physiology is a bit different. Some of us can indeed speak a bit quicker and still sound clearly, but that's the trick. So practice that. Read aloud as much as you can and find that place where you can read whatever the text is in a nice, clear, easily understandable voice with plenty of expression, so you're not doing that kind of robotic sound. And that is your tempo of speech. So there we go. That's the idea for today. A challenge, if you like. See how you go with that. Déjame saber en los comentarios. But for now, for Medellin, we'll say cheerio.